Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. It's your host, Laws, in the building. It's me, it's Ern. We here, we rocking, we rocking. Hey, Ern,
Fake news.
no, it's
Fake news, though.
dude. Hey, no, it's the joint rig, dog. The
It's
NBA joint
0% chance this happened on its own. Less than zero.
is less than zero.
It's wrestling, dog. NBA is wrestling.
Hey, dog. Hey, listen, bro. I got a text this morning early, dog. Shout out my man Van. You know Van. He said his dad, because old people using they're using the chat GPT for all types of stuff now, dog. Because the old people, their brains work differently. So they use it. So he said his dad put the in chat GPT, like what's the lottery results for the NBA joint, right? This before the joint happened. This before the joint. It's like he said he did it like 7:30 or something like that. I guess the pick joint was like around 7:45, somewhere around there, right? The joint sent back to him. That joint got Dallas Mavericks number 1 and had Wizards number 2, Charlotte Hornets 3, Utah 4, and New Orleans Pelicans 5. So we know the joint didn't shake out like that. But the Dallas Mavericks joint, and it says the Dallas Mavericks secured the number 1 overall pick despite having a 1.8 chance of winning the lottery, marking a significant unexpected leap in the draft order. The 2025 NBA draft is scheduled to take place on June 20. So this joint didn't even happen yet, dog. And they gave the Mavericks the dog. I wish I'd
Fake
have
news.
known that, dog. I'd have put. Could you imagine putting 500 on that joint?
Dog, you saw the text I sent to the ticket guy. Imagine putting that up and you can't get the bread back.
Dog, hold on, time out. Let's talk through that, dog. They tried to swindle you. Tell us what they tried to do, Aaron.
So I asked the Bam, I was like, yeah, what's the I was trying to confirm the season tickets for the year because I was
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, the Wizards got the best chance. It's 3 teams, they got the
Mm-hmm.
same percentage, but they in the top 3 for the number 1 chance to get Cooper Flag. If you get Cooper Flag, then you're gonna be basically printing money with the season tickets. You're gonna be able to make double what you paid for.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. I probably go to like 10 games with the rest. I just sell a drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked the band, was like, yeah, what I gotta do to confirm the tickets? And he said,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you gotta put the deposit down.
What's the deposit?
I don't even remember what it say. Was it 39,000? I think.
Yes,
And
it's
then the band,
crazy.
I told him, I said, I'm gonna be honest. This is all depending on what happened Monday.
Uh-huh.
Like
What do you say? What do you say?
he said,
I
we
understand.
can apply it to other packages, but you don't get no refund.
Hold on. Do my package change? Dog, if you go, listen, I need all access everywhere, dog, because these Bama's the price just went down, dog. They can't season tickets is now, if it was at 39 for the down payment joint, that joint at 20 now. It probably less than that now.
And then he hit me with it's only 2 seats left on that row.
Oh
Like
yeah, nah. We not buying it.
I want to text him today, like how many seats on the row now? Because I know Bama's is livid. Because it's a lot of people that didn't ask that question and just went ahead and
Yeah, they not think
at
they not
least we're
thinking.
gonna get a number 2 or number 3. There's no way they
Yeah.
think of Wizards out of the top 3. So they
Dog,
thinking like, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger if we get flagged. I'm gonna cake up. And then they woke up and look and see these Bama's got the 6th pick.
dog. So look,
It's no
if
way.
Dallas Mavericks, they got one. That's Cooper Flag. Dylan Harper, they talk about
To the
the Edge
Spurs with
Cone
Wimby.
Bama Pro, yeah. Uh, Ace Bailey, he on the drink. Then Derek Queen, people talking about him. Then at 6, we could get the dude Diddley. Diddley, we can get him. That Bama nice.
Y'all already got him. 4 and 5 of them.
Diddley squad.
You already got him, dog.
No, we ain't getting nobody, Ern.
Oh, no
Who gonna get
consolation.
a 6? I said on the drink last night because I just flamed out, dog. I went to full crash out mode, dog. I couldn't. That was cursing and everything. You know, I ain't cursing in 15 years, dog. I was, dog. I'm like, young, this is egregious,
It's
bro.
egregious, though.
I'm like, how in the world we end up with diddly squat after all this? These Bama's
It's a
tank for
waste,
nothing,
complete
dog.
waste, though. And it seemed like the NBA punished teams for intentionally tanking. That,
TFN, dog. Tank for nothing.
and I think Dan, like Ted is the new Dan. It's like it's a curse. It's a dark cloud over the organization until he's forced to get out of here. Let him go work with the Caps. Dog, sell the Wizards. This ain't for him. It's just not.
Oh, I mean, at this point, that might have been the thing to get him to sell that drink. Cause dog, you can't. You did all that tanking. You hired a super scrub ball coach. Everybody knew he was trash. You brought him on to the roster. You made all these moves for all these fake superstars. And now you did all that tanking and got nothing to show for it. We already know they don't know what to do with the draft picks, dog. Even if they was 1 through 3, they still wouldn't make the right selection, in my opinion. Because you got to take the decision making off the table for them Bama's.
Right.
That's why the one pick was the only pick that they could have, because that's the only one where it's really no decision to be made. Like, dog, even if the Bama come in and is a super scrub, the marketing of him is going to revitalize your franchise. So I just, yeah, dog. These Bama's tank for nothing, dog. All them games lost, only to be sitting here with me and you, dog, staring at the board.
I'm done though.
I've been done, dog.
Yeah.
We don't even talk, Aaron. Think about last year, this past year, dog. The whole podcast, or every podcast we did this past year. How much
No Wizards talk.
What percentage did we talk about the Wizards, dog? What percentage? Maybe 3%, dog. Like, that's what I'm saying. They didn't even come up. We was talking about other stuff. We were doing questions of the days. Dog, we not talking about the Bama's, dog, because there's nothing to talk about. The only time we brought them up, and I had to go back and research the joint. Only time we brought them up was when we were talking about their potential to get the number 1 pick in Cooper Flag. That's it. Now that that's dead, oh yeah, they did, yeah. Is there anything they could do?
It's not enough coaching, development, or management in the building to develop what they have. Like, you basically hoping and praying that these young guys can get with somebody who's like whoever the top guys in the league are and kind of follow their blueprint, because they don't have the infrastructure here to develop anything. So you fully dependent on the young guys doing it on their own, and then even then, they're not a year away. They're not 2 years away. So, these Bama's dead to me.
Yeah,
the Commanders got a guy best in the league. That's what my focus is.
No, that's it, bro. That's it.
Get Ted out of here.
Get Ted out of here, dog. So look, the internet is a buzz because the other night, Draymond Green was on the sideline. First of all, this Bama talking about he tired of the media blaming him be a bad guy. This Bama over here wrestling Bamas and drop kicking Bamas in the ball sack.
No accountability.
Doing all this extra stuff.
Is he the product of a single mom? No accountability.
No, hey, listen, hey, young, I don't really promote stuff like that, young, but this joint, I think there's value in it, and it's a note to this because you see dynamics in the show. So it's a show on Netflix called Forever, dog. It's basically like a teeny bop type joint, kind of, sort of, but it's an adult. Like you know who's in the joint? As the father of the young man, the dude from Paid in Full, who was the Bama who got shot.
Wood.
Yeah, Wood. Yeah. He in the joint. Yeah, Wood Harris. Hey, dog, I love. He a good actor.
He's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, hey, dog, that Bama's good. So he's in this joint, but it's basically about these teenagers, like the puppy love stage before they go off to college joint. So if you're a parent and you got a teen child, this joint, you have to watch this joint. Like, this is a mandatory watch because this joint is more like it's close to the stuff that the young kids be dealing with, and it'll help you to figure out, like, or gain an awareness of like what kind of stuff they dealing with, dog. Because you see the dynamics of a single parent household versus like a like a like a unit where there's a mom and dad there, dog. The joint is totally different, bro. Not totally different, but like you can see how it can impact like the parents and some of the stuff that the kids be dealing with. You see like just how it's different in a two-parent household versus how it's in a single parent household, dog. And that joint is like it they be dealing with some serious stuff, but it's like kid stuff, but the joint is good, bro. It's definitely, I would advise, like, if you're a parent and you have a teenage kid that's like 15, 16, 17, because I don't think like middle school kid, I think that might be too young for them to watch because it has adult content because the kids be doing having sex in the joint, all types of stuff in the joint. So it's like more adult content based stuff. But like it's a good way to like have discussions and dialogue with your team about like real stuff, dog. About real stuff. Cause they got, I'm gonna just tell you this, Aaron, because I know you ain't gonna watch the drink, but they got in one part of the drink where I guess the girl like is like a little jump off in the drink. Well, she ain't a jump off, but she like basically get caught on some funny business where she get like got a little sex tape joint of her like circulating around the school, and the joint get her kicked
Sound
out
like
the
a
school.
jump off to me.
Yeah, so she kind of is a little bit of a jump off, like kind of sort, but she got like she's very smart. She's like has promise. She like she's a track star, like all these good characteristics. But like she doesn't have all the oversight on her end because she's in a single parent household. I mean, she has both her parents, but her dad's just not around that much. So her mom trying to navigate the joint, and you know what I'm saying, she doing her thing. The other little boy, the like I guess like her new boyfriend, this Batman got both his parents in the household, and like his mom. It's a good show, dog. It's a good show because it shows the dynamics of how like a male like figure in this mix can kind of serve as like a counter to like the emotional like overdrive drink that sometimes can be produced in these situations where these things happen, and a mom can go off the deep end. But when there's nobody there to be like calm down or like, nah, this is what we about to do, or you know what I'm saying, or even provide oversight in the situation, it just could get out of hand, dog. So I say all that to say it's a good show. Definitely, like if you're a parent of a young teen, definitely watch the joint because it can give you some tips. But like I say that in connection with the Draymond Green joint, because the Bama dog is just OC, and like you could just
When you allow people to do what they want to do and get away with it because they are in a favorable situation, like if he played for the Wizards, he'd have been banned from the league. But because this
easy,
is
yeah,
Steph's sidekick, they let him get away with more than he would be able to get away in other locations, and that it
yeah,
basically enables somebody like this. And then
yeah,
he tried, and what I hate is when Bama's try to use like real stuff that is a real problem for real people and apply it to their situation when it's not the case. Like he's talking about, you're not gonna make me the angry black man.
yeah, yeah,
We're gonna make you the retarded black man because it's like you continually doing this stuff, like you kicking people into Johnson and all, like and flailing. Like no, it's not a
tripping
natural
Bama's
flail.
up,
Yeah,
jumping on Bama's back,
it,
bringing him
it's
to the ground,
it's
trying to swing him
unnatural,
into
dog. And he acting like, oh, he just the momentum of his movement make him doing this stuff. It's not, dog. You just got
no,
issues, and until they
God, yeah.
pop his hand for real, it's just
Well, he almost out of here, that's probably like on the table. Like this Bama need to retire soon because we done dealing with this stuff. But the other night, though, Aaron, this is the kicker. When you start messing with the breadsticks, the Bama was like basically he was on the
5.5.
sideline
Yeah,
and he was like the spread 5.5. You know what they doing, and then right after that, these Bamas come and jack 2 3-pointers up. They hit one, cover the spread, and then they don't foul on the drink.
you already know.
So people was like, "Oh, dog, these Bama's is like it's rainbow." No, these Bama's been knowing the spreads though. They've been knowing that this is a part of it. Like it's Aaron said it's WWE. They
That's
know,
what it is. It's
dog.
wrestling, dog.
So if people will, dog, how many years, Aaron, that people slammed him? Now that we got cameras everywhere, now that the sports book joint is just like it's gone to
Oh,
new
women
levels,
putting
dog.
parlays in, dog.
It's gone to new levels, dog. First of all, you cannot watch an NBA broadcast NFL, like any sports broadcast, without seeing at least like 2 FanDuel commercials, at least 1 DraftKings commercial. Like the marketing of it is so excessive. Every podcast, that's another reason why people were like, dog, why don't y'all just get sponsorship? Dog, I can get them, dog. I'm smart enough. I can get them. I don't want the branding of the sports book to be the representative of what I'm trying to push forward, dog, because the joint is a whole scam, dog. And all they doing is scamming Bammers. And they know, and they've been doing it, Aaron, for longer than we've been aware of it. They've been doing it. But now that everybody can see it, it's like, no, it's a whole skit. These Bammers been knowing, bro. Some of these Bammers, and I would go as far as to say, some of these Bammers that play in the league is in the pockets of some of these bookies and bookmakers. They active, dog. They active. The joints is so egregious, some of the stuff that be happening in these parlays, Aaron. Bama start the game with 7 rebounds. His in-game point prop for rebounds be like 9.5. Bama get 1 rebound in the second.
And it's so easy to control without completely throwing the game that Bama's are never, unless you see a receipt or somebody writing a message or like Draymond mouthing something, you could make people seem like they crazy or conspiracy theorists for even hinting at it. Because Bama's want to believe everything is so virtuous and so right, and they would never do this and never do that. Dog. Anytime money is at stake, and we talking about billions, them people not gonna let nothing.
They not letting it fly, dog. And it's the thing too. I'm gonna tell you something that I do know. Players that had like come up on the radar, they don't publicly bash them. Like unless they just like a no-name Bama, but like Terry Rozier this year, the Bama guy came up in a couple of little joints, blah blah blah. They just buried the joint, pulled him to the side. They probably had a discussion with him, talked to the coaches, just say we here. But like if you're any kind of high-profile player, they can't have you like on the news being implicated as like being dirty or shady in the joint. Like, no, they can't do it. That's why, like, even with this Draymond, everybody's like, dog, they should do something. He just need to be fine for this, blah, blah, blah. What's happening? What's happening, people?
They gotta have some type of insurance for injury and some type of insurance for if a Bama's output is so egregiously below what his normal output is. Like if Dwight Howard go get 2 rebounds back in those days, like that's not possible. Like something is going on. Or if Iverson go get 5 points, like that kind of stuff happening, like is definitely a red flag to Vegas, and they flag stuff, but we don't get to see what they flag.
Or they also, how they flag it, or what they do with those flags.
Yeah, because part of it is it goes into an investigation. Because it's not going to be one game where they can like indict somebody or ban them, but they putting together a file like, hold on, this Bama, and then they see it's like they did with Jonte Porter.
Yeah.
Before they can get you out the league, it's like got to be an investigation.
But again, the Jonte Porter joint, that's easy fish fodder. Like that's easy to just be like destroy. Exactly. He ain't really moving and shaking no games. Like that ain't enough. Like people just exactly what they anticipated will happen. People just kind of wrote it off like, oh yeah, one off. Did it stop betting? Did it stop sports betting? Like, oh nah, these Bama's are behind the scenes.
But if they get Steph or LeBron or something like that,
anybody
that completely turns it on his head.
Dog.
Bama's gonna be like, they've been getting us the whole time this wrestling, and it's gonna be class action lawsuits for trillions of dollars, dog.
Dog, the joint is egregious what they doing, dog. It's egregious, Aaron. Jayson Tatum can't get over 20 points. The other night, what do you call losing by 40 in the first half?
And then you sitting all the stuff. It's like blowout. It's just certain things that need to be implemented to prevent
40-point blowout, Aaron, in the first half, dog. It's not possible.
And then you sit all the starters so nobody gets the metrics. There's got to be some type of like boundaries or guardrails for some of this stuff.
No, it's straight. It's just it's egregious. It's getting out of hand. NBA, like, and I told Bamas too, like, remember when we had this is a while back, dog. Anybody who's been rocking with us this long, they know this is a fact. when we had the COVID year, the COVID football year. And remember, there was like, I was like, dog, this COVID football year, dog, this joint about to turn the sports betting joint on his head, dog, because they going like use this joint to mess with the metrics and get people on tilt. And then the next year, they going to do a whole bunch of funny business with these, dog. And sure enough, that was upset. It was upset city that year after COVID, dog, for the football season. That joint, I lost so much bread that year, dog. I said, young, these rappers did us dirty, bro. Then I said, oh, nah, they hip, dog. They hip. They start when they do the introductions of new rules and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah, this is they new, new back door right here. The holding and all that stuff, new back door, dog. So yeah, watch yourself out here, people. Watch yourself. These Bama's is gambling. The players too. Referees. Why we don't hear no referees, Aaron? You mean to tell me these Bama's is St. John the seventh Pope out here and ain't none of the referees, nobody doing nothing shady. They getting paid way less than the players, dog. You mean to tell me these Bama's is standard? Dog, let me tell you something, Aaron. This is what you do know. This is what I know. This is a fact. In every industry, there's crooked people, dog. In every industry, dog. There's cops on the street right now. They not playing by the books. They doing shady business, pulling joints over, doing just crazy wild stuff. There might be a few guys in the fraternity that's legit, have integrity, above board. But dog, it's Bama's out here doing funny business. We know that for a fact. You mean to tell me the whole referee association, all these Bama's just know the games is being bet on by millions of people, and then none of them involved in doing no shady business? All of them Bama's upright, upstanding men and women? I'm not buying it, Aaron. I'm not buying it. All these Bama's getting hemmed up with the players getting put out on the joint. You don't hear nothing about no referees. When the games come down to the last minute, Bama call a foul or don't call a foul, and they just stand there, and then they go, and then all they do is put out a statement. Oh yeah, the referees, like they're being looked at for how they called the end of the game and the missed calls, and they're getting a rating for the missed calls and stuff like that. But dog, there's so much money on the line. What does that do? That don't mean nothing. It's dirty, people. It's dirty out here. Shady business. Shady business. All right. On to some football. Shedeur and Browns camp cooking, Ern.
I can't wait to troll these garbage franchises that needed a quarterback, especially the Giants. Like I hate the Giants. I hate Mara. Dog. I cannot wait till Jackson Dart, whatever his name is, it have to be on the field, dog. And it's clear that Shedeur was the better option for New Orleans. It's a bunch of teams that should have taken a quarterback and chose not to for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Take
Derek Carr's retired now, so we're gonna see Tyler Shaw.
trash, though.
They're
He
gonna
our
do
age.
everything in their power to try to help these Bama's dogs succeed. First of all, the Bama can't stay healthy, so I don't even know why they picked this Bama because he
3 season-ending injuries, and he our age, and they drafted this Bama over Shedeur.
and Bama's gonna be trying to crack his melon open in half, make the juice pour out that.
They're gonna do everything they can to not have him play though.
They're gonna try to hide, but dog, Aaron, we know you can try to hide them. But if the Bama's who got drafted after them are up, like that's why Drake May had to get put in and jumped into the game sooner than later, because you looking at people who went, what I'm saying, right around and after him that's already getting to play. You looking at Bo Nixon on the field week 1 and week 2, and they like, oh dog, we got to figure out what we doing because it puts pressure. So
But
if Shedeur's over in the Browns, which it looked like he already he got Gabriel on his heels. They saying he bigger than him, taller than him, throwing better, all that. What you want to say, Aaron?
I mean, It was obvious, but they kept trying to make excuses, but those excuses only last through the draft process.
Mhm,
And so, I don't know that the league is not going to try to suppress the Teller Browns like, like pump the brakes, Flacco, roll Flacco out there.
mhm.
Because it becomes this thing with like Kaepernick where it looks like obvious collusion.
Oh, it
Like he
is.
lasts to the fifth round, but they can't make the mistake of having Shedeur come out cooking out the gate, and then these two bums, or however many other Bama's that got taken ahead of them, end up not playing this year or not playing till the team is completely out of contention and having
No, but I
excuses.
think I think it's gonna be hard for them to do that, dog. And the
How?
reason I think it's gonna be hard for them to do that because I think that Shador has a level of protection in his dad that an average player would not have. Now I know that it's not a full protective plan in place, but like I think that if let's say for instance, like they try to like sabotage him, right? Like with play calling or certain things like that. I just think that that's blatantly obvious to where I
But I,
I
I
think
don't think that's the play though.
okay,
I don't because I just don't think that's the play. Because the
okay.
Bama Stefanski is trying to keep his job. He a lame duck coach. He
Mhm,
survived already. A slight regime change or kind of like
mhm.
implosion of the team. So I don't know that he has a year to just sabotage your door and
Okay.
then a couple years down the road to try to make a winning football team. Like he want to win. He don't care who the quarterback is. He wants to win.
Mhm,
So an order like that will have to come from ownership, I believe. Because even the GMs want to win. Because all these people like can be fired.
mhm.
So a play like that will have to come from the league where they telling him no, he don't start. Not like once he start, we throw in the game. No, like because it
Oh
just
yeah,
doesn't make
don't
sense.
put him in.
Right.
But I don't know how you get away with that. I don't know
They've
why
been
how
getting away with it.
but I'm just saying, like right now, these Batmans, the media is there so heavy. And credit to Shador, dog. This Bama's his 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 marketing mind that his father has, and I don't know if his father just gave him the blueprint, but this joint is making him a superhero because he's basically coming in as the Brown savior, and he's made that like he's kind of embodied that in the way he's approached it in such a like a humble way,
But
but
it's not
like
real.
people want to see him do well. Like I'm talking about like Browns
Rooting
fans
for him.
and
Yeah.
people, yeah, like people want to see him like actually do well. The naysayers that don't want to see him do well, I feel like aren't they're like outside sources. Like it's like an outside voice
Right.
versus
Cleveland
an
people gonna
inside.
want him to win because they want
Yeah,
their
Cleveland is
football
like, dog, we
team
got
to
dog
win.
this Bama. And
We
so
got
I've
to
heard people from the Cleveland like fan base, like, dog, he's just
include
like
media.
he's head and shoulders above Gabriel where Gabriel's at. He looks good. He's been throwing dimes and darts and all his arm strength, like everything that you want in a quarterback, like he looks to have. So I just think that how do you how do you combat that without like because the
Just not
narrative
playing
is
them. That's the
growing,
only way.
dog. But
Yeah.
the narrative is growing though, Aaron. It's gonna be hard for them to be like, you know
But
what,
it's
like,
not just him and Gabriel though. You got to keep in mind they got Flacco and the
okay,
baby hand dude. So
uh-huh,
there's a way they can suppress a rookie quarterback. They can say this just throwing. Like we very early in the process.
okay,
Like if it's really to suppress him, they really do that with reps and having you play with the bums. So you
hmm.
don't have no wide receivers, and no matter how accurate your reads are and your passes are, you playing with guys running 4.7, and that's 5'9" or 5'10.
But
It's ways that you can like make it look like you not cooking the way you cooking.
yeah, so
But
so I agree, I agree, but I think it's a little different now. See that dog camera, dog, they got regular Joe Schmoes doing videos that come up on Twitter and stuff like so it's a little different.
and
Like
they
I
ignore
remember
you.
seeing but I've been seeing when the Bamas get the passes and the joint hit them in the bread basket and they drop it, they're like that pass is perfect. He dropped it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different, like, there's more people who can provide their narratives than like before. Like, because now media back in the day was just reserved to a pocket of people that they
But you
like,
got to
and I mean, they still suppress it, but
he
it's much
still
more expanded.
but white people, which is the majority of football fans, no matter how much we want to cut try to spin it like what we say matters as much, because if it did, being that we are 20 times better at evaluating this stuff than the people
Mm-hmm.
who get paid millions to do it, it would have skewed by now, and it hasn't. Like it's still the same operation.
Okay.
So they have trouble acknowledging when certain things are going on, and they have this like their own nature wants to believe the people around them, the people that look like them, are good people. So even if you show it to them right in their face, they still like look at the elections here. So it's like they're gonna make up excuses to justify what's going on that has nothing to do with sabotage. It's like, oh well, he's only playing if he plays good, he's playing third team, he playing against bums. If he
Mm-hmm.
plays bad, they're not gonna say he playing with bums. They you know what I mean? It's just
Mm-hmm.
they're going to spin it. And they like it's been things in people's face that's blatantly obvious going on all across the country, not just sports. And these people just make up excuses to justify it. So you act like having evidence and truth. We talk about how 90% of people are dumb anyway. Like people
Mm-hmm.
see truth all the time and they just turn their back to it. So I don't think Shador is a big enough like yes, on like Black Twitter and certain
Mm-hmm.
segments of the internet, like this is a big deal. But to them, they don't want him to. They didn't want him to succeed anyway. Look how people rooted against Colorado for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like, and people not going to like this, but like him having a father, and you could tell him listening to his father, and there being a strategy for like, I don't think he's humble at all when it comes to this. I think he's pissed off, but he's not expressing that.
Mm-hmm.
He's like coming across like you said, very humble. Like he just want to work hard. Like he got to be
Mm-hmm.
furious, and he
Yeah.
knows they sabotage him. Whereas if you get a Bama coming from a single mom household,
Yeah.
our reaction a lot of times is to be like, "F these Bamas." Like we gonna show people that we
Yeah.
don't like
Yeah.
this and
Yeah.
that we was
Yeah.
done wrong. And it's like
Yeah.
that's like you can see that stark difference in a Bama having a dad in his life that he listens to,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
dad
yeah.
being like,
Cause
"Look,
again, yeah, because if it's just a single mama,
if it
he
was
gonna
one
be
of us,
like,
oh, we'd
he
be
like,
wilding out that joint.
man,
This
why
bum
you
you got,
asking me that question? You got this
yeah,
bums in front of me, like, dog, you
exactly,
know I'm better than him. Like, my stats better
exactly."
than his, this blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm blah, blah, blah. He just, yeah, it's different because his
It's
dad,
a stark
has
difference.
an awareness of what's like happening, dog. And
And
he's
what
like, like
like a
this is yeah,
solution.
there
Yes,
you go. Like, this is how you combat that. You do this. They want you to do this, son. You ain't got
and
to
it's
do
not
that.
just about
Just do
expression,
this.
but
Dog,
how you
even his
feel.
response. So he had Shedeur had his press conference, and in the press conference, they asked him a question about like proving people wrong and stuff like that. He was like, I'm not trying to prove people wrong. Like he was like, I'm trying to prove myself right.
Right,
Like I'm
right.
just
And
like
that's a
just
Dion type
that's a
line.
Dion dog
100%.
mindset. Like I'm just trying to focus on me,
Focus
dog,
on me.
and
Right.
it, and it, and, it, and the polish like the answers that it just only makes
He's
him
winning
more
people over.
likable. Yeah, it just
Even the
makes him
bad
more
people,
like
he's
even
winning
the
some of
bad
them
people.
over.
He's like, dang, because they trying to give him you know
They
how
trying to
like
give him
it's
enough rope to hang himself, and he won't do it.
yeah, like and they try to smack you and be like, fight back, like you know what I'm saying? And then he's like, dog, like you know, almost like they did Jesus, dog. They smacked him up, and he was like, dog, if you the Messiah, to do something. He's like, listen, bro, all you doing to me, I'm just letting you do. If I want to shut all this down, I can shut it all down.
And we talked about this like when he got drafted. It's like he doesn't have to do anything different. The Bama's a great football player.
That's a fact.
Bama's one of the most accurate passers to come out of college football in 10, 15 years. Like the Bama reads defense. He already does everything that he's supposed to do. So he doesn't have to go out there and do this. Like some people had this chip on their shoulder, they start having to do things they don't normally do.
Mm-hmm.
All he got to do is go out there and do what he's been doing, high school, college, Jackson State, at Colorado, and he'll be fine because he's better than they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't need a superpower. He doesn't need somebody to come save him. Like he's already better than I think everybody on that Browns roster. And he's a starting quarterback in the league, just
Mm-hmm.
period. So he just got to go out there, be himself, do what he's been doing, and force them to have to come up with new excuses and new reasons. But that got nothing to do with you. You can't control it.
Yeah.
And I think he, like you said, he's doing everything right. He's winning people over because the media, especially when it comes to us, they try to
Dog.
create the narrative and make you
Dog.
fight that. He
Hey,
not fighting
dog.
it. He
First of
just
all,
being himself.
they try to get him to one dog. When I heard the press conference, they asked him questions about his teammate and how the competition is there, boom, 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 to try to like drum up this like basically like this feud between them, right? They asked him one question. Then they try to dog, these Bama's are so insidious in how they go about thinking. Like, I'm like, dog, wow, like, what? They almost tried to make it a bad thing that he went and talked to the kids. Like, because I guess when he first got into Cleveland, he went straight to the schools and high schools and was like there with the, like, you know what I'm saying, with young people and stuff like that. And they were like, why did you do that? Like, when you say that, you know, because he basically was like, you know, I like being and helping the youth because they don't have an opinion about me. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? They don't have, you know, a lot of the opinions that come from people who are like older and in media and stuff like that. And a lot of like these kids, they haven't formed an opinion about me. And so I like, you know what I'm saying, engaging with them because they're not coming with preconceived notions, so to speak, right? And they was like, yeah, so can you elaborate like what you mean, blah, blah, blah. Like, just basically trying to make it a bad thing that he just, I'm like, oh my goodness, dog. This joint just, dog, they bad people, dog.
Oh, it's just what it is. It's just what it is.
I say, yeah, come on, bro. Give my man a break, dog. He helping the kids and y'all trying to spin that. So he got a long road ahead, bro. I mean, the Browns roster ain't nothing. I mean, they picked up a couple dudes in the draft, but like, yeah, Gabriel, he looked Ike Bike to me. Bama threw a pick in his first joint to the draft pick that they drafted on defense above in front of Shedeur. So I believe you, Aaron. He definitely got a chip. He going into the joint because you know how we are, dog. Like, it's like, dog, you ain't gonna just disrespect me, slander me. Like, okay, all right, I'm a cook, dog. And I shout out to Dion, dog. This having a. I don't know if I could deal with it, Aaron. I don't know if I could deal with it, bro. I was in a single parent household too, so I might have just reached my wits end, dog, with the whole funny business, cause it's too much, dog. But yeah, he playing it right, dog. If I had faith anybody could do it and endure it and make it through, it's him, dog. And he got the skill set, the mind to be able to like navigate it and stuff like that. They was talking about like, I mean, the press conference made him more likable because they were like, hey, are you gonna they asked him something about like something revolving money. He was like, well, I can't do that. My signing bonus ain't like that yet. So, you know, whatever. And they were like,
Or if you're gonna buy the jersey number from Gabriel, because you know they also gave Gabriel his jersey number, Shedeur's jersey number.
Oh, they gave him number
They
2?
gave him number 2, so they was asking, "You gonna buy that jersey from Gabriel?" He said, "Oh, my son."
Oh, yeah. He
I
said
ain't
my
buying
signing
nothing.
bonus. Dog, he ain't buying nothing, dog. He said, well, now they got, but the thing is, though, dog, look at God, dog. The Bama got TB12.
And the Bama already bred it from the NIL, so he don't need the bread like that. Like,
He don't need the bread, dog. The thing is, they trying to suppress him, and it's like,
they
dog,
can't
the
find a
cream,
button to press it. They trying to like get to him, but it's nothing that they doing is working. None of the usual stuff, and they can't figure out why he got daddy. That's why.
cream rises to the top every time, dog.
And it's
Dog.
probably like been in all these situations where
All this,
media try to do the same thing to him. And it's like he already know all the punches, the attacks that's gonna come, and he know ahead of time. Like, dog, just handle
dog,
it
and
this
that
way.
Shedeur said one thing in his press conference that stood out to me, and I was like, because they asked him something about something, and he was like, yeah, I just kind of look at how people who went through stuff before me, like how they navigated it, and and see how they handled it, and then try to learn from that. He talking about his dad, dog. Bama's don't know Dion was the most hated player in this. Bama went from one franchise to another
Win the
championship
Super Bowl,
franchise.
go to
Won a
another
super,
franchise,
went
win
to
the Super
another, win a
Bowl.
super. Like, dog, Bama's hated him, dog. Like, he was just, and people were always, when it came to Dion, it felt like people were always trying to like knock his greatness. Like, they were
Because of
always
his
trying to like knock his
personality.
great. His
Because he would tell you
personality
how
was
great he was,
he would
why
tell
he
you
was
how great he
succeed.
was, and they would try to be like, "You ain't that great," and then he'd be like, then he would go somewhere else and do something else. They'd be like,
Do
"Why
it
are you
again.
playing? Why are you playing baseball? You can't play baseball. These
Right.
people, how you dog." Bama's don't even know. Like, they slandered him for going to play baseball. They were like, "Why do you think you can play at the highest level and you deserve to be in playing baseball with these other professional athletes. You're a football player, and they just try to like relegate him to that. And I think
Then
honestly,
the
I think
Bama
if
bat
you
500 in the
no,
World
and it was
Series
just
with like
that
3
was
steals.
stolen bases, dog. He was a cooker, dog, in any sport he played, and it just so if anybody could give him Shedeur the blueprint on how to navigate these situations, dog, and it looks like he gave that Bama the perfect navigation script, though, because this Bama is navigating that joint better than even I could have navigated the joint.
And another thing I admire about Shador is like even guys with dads, a lot of time when they come between dad and the bread, they'll kind of turn their back on dad and his way. Like Dion
Mm.
definitely called Shador some bread because if Shador would have just went against his father during the draft process, like, oh, I'm going wherever I'm taking, when his father say, nah, I'm protecting my babies. Like it's certain
Yeah.
places he won't go. It's things Shador could have said to kind of make the whites feel comfortable and make them be like, oh, he's our type of guy. Like we could still be massa on him. But the
Mhm.
fact that he stuck to his dad, fell to the fifth round, didn't complain, didn't say one negative thing, still listening, still like showing the utmost respect to his dad over the money, over the job, over the NFL. Like
Yeah.
a lot of us, even with like you separate that
That's what
small
I'm
part of the
saying.
population that had the dad, they're
Yeah,
gonna turn the
just
back for the bread.
back for the free. Dog, I think the thing is though, I think dog, when it's all said and done, Dion is definitely going down as the greatest athlete ever, potentially. When you think about like what it encompasses all that he did, because this Bama won a Super Bowl, went to a World Series. This Bama was a coach, took his team to a bowl game, took an HBCU to team from nothing to like all the accomplishments that he has, though. This Shedeur, that this is probably the hardest thing out of all that other stuff, though. Winning sports, I feel like is a little probably easier than navigating the racial tension and all the funny business that's going on with his son, like, and having to watch it, having to be able to like, to some degree have to stand back and not be able to and just kind of groom him to be able to stand in this position. Because Shedeur said it himself, he was like, like I felt it the fifth round, but like all that's done. Like it's on me. Like my father's not out here throwing passes and catching football. Like you know what I'm saying? It's me. So I gotta show up and I gotta be, the best version of myself out here because all of who my dad is, all that, like they don't matter now. And I'm just like, dog, he get it. He get it, bro. 100% he gets it. So I hope, Aaron, I know that you they back behind the scenes like we gotta stop. Like I already know they like that. But I pray and hope that no weapon form shall prosper, dog. I pray it don't prosper, dog. Cause I want to see my man do well, dog. And I feel like it it's just right there. And it's not even a hope and a wish. It's like he has everything to do well, So yeah, bro. Yeah. And I think Shador feels a lot of that too. Like that expectation, like I gotta do this, dog, for not just for me, for everybody behind me that's coming. So
Paul.
Paul. No, all right. What's up with Jayson Tatum and the Knicks, dog? And the Celtics? They
Did,
done.
did he
This
pop his
Bama fell.
Achilles?
This Bama fell on the floor like a. I didn't. So I gotta watch the play when he get hurt. I can tell you. Hold on. Let me pull the joint up right now. I'll tell you if he did it or not. I'm a Achilles expert. All I gotta do is see one play, and then I'll tell you if he did it or not. All right. Let's see here. Yep, it's done. It's done. I saw it. He finished.
Series over, dynasty over.
Oh yeah, he done. He done. Cause the thing that gives it away is he tried to push off, and when he pushed off, he just collapsed. That drain tore. It tore. He done. They talking about MRI. Won't need no MRI. He done for the series. That joint is over. New York Knicks on to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Done deal.
and
Wrap
they're
it
gonna
up.
smoke the Pacers.
Yeah, they're gonna smoke the Pacers, dog. So the New York Knicks is going to the finals. This is the first time in how many years? 20, it gotta be 20 plus. 1990 something. Last time they was in the NBA finals. Eastern Conference Finals. I think it was versus MJ in them. And then they caught the L. So yeah, he finished, bro. He finished. Dang, man, that's a blow, Jayson Tatum. But yeah, he done. I'm telling you right now, he finished. Yeah, Denver and that series is at
3-1.
3-1 Denver. Yeah, so I mean, if the OKC gotta do something, dog. I thought they was going like that. Drain over, bro. It's 2-2. I'm sorry, it's 2-2. Series is tied 2-2. The next game is at OKC, and then if we go to a game 7, and it'll be in Denver. But yeah, so I mean, oh no, if we go to a game 7, it'll be in OKC. I'm sorry, but it's 2-2. So yeah, whoever win this next game, that's gonna matter. That's gonna matter for real. Cleveland and the Pacers.
Cleveland finished.
Yeah, I think Cleveland done too, dog. Cavaliers trail series 3-1. So yeah, we got Pacers. Yeah, look like they about to run away with it, dog. They better run away with it. So yeah, unless Donovan Mitchell can come alive, but I don't see it. 3-1 deficit. This is hard to come back from. That dream might be over. Then you got Minnesota and the Golden State Warriors. Minnesota leads 3-1. That drain over. Minnesota about to wash them and get them up out of there. And then they'll be waiting for the winner of Denver and OKC. Yeah, so I mean that's it, though. Only thing else, man. Football season about to start back up. You know, middle of summer training camp on the way. See the Commanders. The
The only team that matters in this tournament.
only team that matters, bro. That's it, bro. That's it. Yeah, that is it, man. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. Shout out to Wiz Buffy. Shout out to Lance J. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha,
They
Jeremy,
got smoked
John.
again.
Who's that?
The Caps, though.
Yeah, Caps. They
3-1 down.
yeah, Caps on the ropes, dog. I think they'll win the next game, but they on the ropes.
They
Yeah,
better win the next game when they going home.
yeah, that's a fact, dog. That's a fact. Yeah, we gonna see. I mean, Caps, dog. I don't know, bro. I don't know what they need to do. I don't know what they need to do, but yeah, but Carolina's tough though. Carolina's tough. So, um, yeah, we gonna see. They on the ropes. So maybe they can get it in the next game and avoid getting put out. But yeah, 3-1 deficits, dog. Them joints is hard to come back from them joints,
Especially in
bro.
hockey, because
Yeah,
it's so much more random than other sports.
yeah. And a lot more fluke stuff can happen in hockey, like this puck just get deflected and go in the net and just like it, yeah, it's tough. That's a tough bill right there. Uh yeah, let us know what you think, man. Hey, so we had maybe like a week ago. I gotta find this drink um because somebody had put it in the comments and I said that I was gonna bring some of those that stuff to the podcast for discussion. Let me see here. Let me see here. Was it that one? All right. Okay, so this is what we got. We got here. D Moore. He was talking. We said Jaylen Brown is better basketball player than Jayson Tatum. I disagree. I
He's not.
disagree. LeBron is a stat pattern king, but that's all he's concerned about, stats. Luka is overrated, plays absolutely no defense, but he played more than usual in the playoff. He's still
Accurate.
young, but the Bama is lazy. Okay,
Accurate.
we agree with that. Brunson is a baller, but I need to see more. No,
Not seeing enough.
that's what Mavericks messed up at. That's where they messed up at. Talking about he was good, but we need to see more. They traded Bama away. Now he's a bona fide cooker. I see enough. Cooper Flag is overrated. He's a modern day Christian Laettner, in my opinion. Good
Zero
group of
percent chance.
players around. Very good coaching and system built for the play style where all the pressure is not to be put on him. Now, I don't agree with this. Cooper
So it's a
Flag is
couple
a
things.
cooker, though. He
Yeah.
got bounced. He way more athletic than Christian Laettner ever was.
More
His
fluid,
athleticism is
better
way,
shooter.
way better. Dog. He can get to the cup. He can create his own shot. Those are things Christian Laettner couldn't do. Christian Laettner was a good ball player. Don't get it twisted. But like he was limited. He was limited. And some of those limitations, they oversized it because he was white and he was coming in the league. And so, people put him on a bigger, larger pedestal. Cooper Flag is a baller, dog.
And he's gonna get every opportunity and every it's certain guys that are the guys and go cook no matter what. And then
Yeah.
it's also certain guys who are gonna get the whole world's gonna open up to make sure they have
Mhm.
success. And
Yeah.
Cooper Flag is the first white American superstar or white American basketball player that has a chance to be a superstar since
Bird.
Larry Bird. And we
Mhm.
talking about that's 50 years.
Yeah.
So if he even lives up to 70% of what Bama is looking at, literally like the white LeBron to come save the NBA. They're running out of superstars.
Yeah.
LeBron getting old, Steph getting old, KD, all the guys that we known to be the guys in the league, the big names, are pretty much gone. And then replaced with a lot of Europeans and
Mhm.
Giannis is just like the NBA needs this Bama to cook. So they're gonna do everything they can to make sure that happens.
Everything, dog. And Alabama, just being honest, though. And I watched him early in the season, and I was like, but dog, this Bama's been playing against league level Bama's since he
His
was
whole life,
13,
14,
12 years old. So
cooking.
he gonna be ready, bro. Like that, it's not. We ain't talking Christian Laettner. When he got to the league, everybody was like, oh, we got to see if he can play at this level. Like, nah, this Bama been playing with NBA ready level talent already. So
And
it's
he got
it's
a different
different.
kind of game. He has a black game.
Mhm.
And you hate to have to say it that way, but it's what
Mhm.
is the simplest way to make it make sense for people.
Yeah,
He going trying to put it on your head. He going trying to get highlights on you. His game translates more to the clip culture and social
yeah,
media than a Christian Laettner ever. You would never see a
yeah,
Christian Laettner highlight.
yeah.
Even if he
Mid
scored
range
40, you
was
never gonna
bucket.
see it. But his
Yeah.
game is fluid, athleticism. He plays with a motor. It's just completely
Mhm.
different than anything you've seen from any white guy with that kind of size ever.
Yeah, nah, agreed. Then he said, "I like Ace Bailey, whose coaching is horrible. They're playing playground one-on-one basketball, and only one good player around them is Dylan Harper. So I mean, I don't care, dog.
It's a top
It's
three
college,
player. You should be able
dog.
to win.
Dog. You got to win. You got 2 top 10 draft picks. I can't make excuse for Babbitt's not cooking, dog. I just to me that lowers your ceiling and floor for me. Because if you can't win on a stacked roster, like every Bama we know that was a part of stacked rosters like that went top for a reason. For a reason. Even KD took his team, into the tournament and kind of deep into the tournament, what I'm saying, before getting exited, he was by himself. So that's the standard for a league player. Like if we took what we always say, if we take a league player and put him in college, they should be able to take that team in the NCAA tournament at least to their Final Four. So yeah, players are a lot better this season. I must admit, coaching is a new era of basketball. Always been questionable. Okay, I don't know if the heck the Steelers are doing. They keep bump quarterbacks for years. Blah blah. Steelers, yeah, I think they're gonna get Aaron Rodgers when it's all said and done. But they just try to make sure it's right. Um, Shedeur is a victim of his father changing the traditional way things are done in college football. Prime turning two programs around at two different levels of college football, along with the NIL, switching to the dynamics of college football and changing the narrative. Remember, the HBCU players were not supposed to be able to play at the same level of traditional college teams, and Prime is proven that's a lie. These dudes in power are heated. They got black quarterbacks dominating, but that took years to break the black quarterback stereotypes. This other stuff Prime is doing is happening too fast. Yeah. I mean, as always, he's ahead of his time, as always, though. But yeah, appreciate everybody who rocking with us. We always appreciate the thoughtful comments, on the page, and you can share comments on the joint. We'll try to, if I don't respond on the joint, if it's warrants bringing it to the show, we'll bring it to the show.
Hold on. One more
Yeah.
thing I forgot.
What's that?
We doing a trip to Spain for the Commanders game this coming season. Van, where you at? We got the regulars. We got. Go ahead and make that trip to Spain.
Miami Dolphins. What's that? November 4th or something like that?
Let me see.
What's the date, yeah? Pull out the date, Slim. You know me, dog. I can't go nowhere and my whole family not want to come. These babbas be like, we're going to Spain. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, so he got to pay for 3
like,
people.
Dog. Like, this joint too expensive. What y'all want? What? Can I just go by myself? They were like, no, we're going with you.
November 16th.
November 16th. All right, we're going to see, dog. We got to hit a lick before we get.
No, we ain't going to see. We there, dog. We there. It's already a cement.
All right, get with us, dog. That's it. Who coming on the OSS 980 trip to Spain, dog? We're gonna do it like how like WHUR do the little cruise drink with the with the listeners. This the OSS Spain trip drink. Yeah, we out there. All right, follow us at OSS 980. Share the show content. We out. Peace.